Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check Cara's limited set, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So the decisive set for Cara is Wild West Outlaw. This one is pretty decent for the most part, but before we even start with the analysis, I gotta say something. This particular decisive set doesn't fix Cara's issues, which I think is a good thing. Normally, we would want her to be fixed as soon as possible because she desperately needs a ton of HP recovery and some amount of damage reduction. Because she was not designed properly. She was designed as a third but melee, but that doesn't work very well. So, why do I say it is good that they didn't fix Cara with the decisive set? Because nobody liked the Francis situation. Francis received her decisive set, and that fixed her completely. But it means that you cannot play with her effectively unless you have copies of Revolving Bat, and it's not always available. So yeah, that's not a good thing to be locked, to have a character unlock its full potential with a limited weapon that is not always available. It's just bad. So the fact that they didn't fix Cara with this set, it's for the best in my opinion. We just need to wait for the multiple renewal for Cara to be reworked with another character or maybe on a campaign, because she really needs it. Now, let's go back to the pack. So the pack, of course, comes with the skin, a copy of Hexa rounds, a copy of 6 rounds, and a couple gems, 100 gems. The banner, on the other hand, comes with Outlaw Cara Cromwell, and also the weapon. So this one is has a small mistake, or well, omission in the description. The last bit of the effect, the critical damage increase, lasts for 10 seconds. Just so that you know, it's not a perma buff, it's a limited time buff. So it can wear off. Technically you shouldn't because of the skills transitioning, but it can happen, just so that you know. Now, let's go to the description and check what she does. Increases critical rate of all attacks by 15% and reduces damage taken from demo-type enemies by 10%. After using skill, increases critical damage by 2%, stack up to 5 times for 10 seconds. Then, the extra passive increases damage dealt for ally suppressive characters by 14%, and the active, on 70-second cooldown, fires blood bullets in all directions, dealing damage equal to 90% of attack, and applies a 100% increase to damage taken for 2 seconds. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but I think that as long as the attack itself applies the debuff. So the debuff, even though it lasts for 2 seconds, it probably lasts more than that, because you summon a ball that fires the blood bullets, and those are constantly attacking the enemy and casting the debuff continuously. So even though it seems bad because it's a short duration, it is not that bad. It is pretty decent. The issue with this is that this supporter is designed to work on Total War, and even with the Awakening skill that gives you 10% cooldown reduction, that's going to be 63 seconds, so you're not casting this at the very end where it matters. Honestly, they missed the mark with this supporter by a little. Honestly, I don't know why they give her such a long cooldown when she's designed for Total War, but okay, it is what it is. So, should you roll for this one? Yes, basically you need it. I don't like to say that, but let me tell you exactly what this is. This is a slightly upgraded version of Spinel and Reni, and a better version of what's the name? Taimanin Shitmora. Better, different, depends on context. So, what does these four supporters do? All of them are going to provide damage increase for the party. Shinmora, Taimanin Shinmora gave it to humans and demons, and it's up to 24, I think, percent damage increase, while Reni, Cara, and Spinel are gonna give 28% damage increase. Reni for machine, Spinel for demon, and Cara for suppress. We do need a couple more supporters that do this party-wide damage increase effect for the traits that we're missing, but they are not the priority design-wise. What we actually need is more supporters that provide effects, supportive effects for the main attacker on the main passive, not the extra one. So yeah, Gremory, food for thought. Food for thought. Well, anyways, the advantage of this supporter over Spinel and Reni is the fact that on top of the 28% damage increase for your party, you also have a slight damage buff for the character who has this equipped. And the critical damage increase, the critical rate increase is also very effective because you can equip this on the Momochi weapon user, which means they are going to crit even more, thus increasing the damage of the party by applying the Momochi weapon debuff. So yeah, it is just perfect for Total War. Or even VR, it's also pretty good on VR. Any kind of team content is going to benefit from this supporter. Then we have the weapon. Increases damage dealt with Crimson Punishment, the red skill, and by 25% up to 50%. Cooldown time reduces by 30%, which is 12 seconds, by the way. Raw, not counting the cooldown reduction from skill training. Using certain skills consumes all blood. Crimson Punishment is one of those. And for each additional blood consumed, damage additionally increases by 2% up to 4%. Remember, there are 30 stacks. So let's say 4 times 30, that's 130% damage increase. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I can tell you that much. The issue. This doesn't improve on Cara's survivability. And as such, even if she deals damage, she'll probably die. That's the issue. I don't have HP recovery over here. Do I have anything that I can use to reduce damage taken? Yeah, there is one. I don't like it, but there is the option of Furfur. Vacation Furfur. No, I prefer to go Glass Cannon rather than use Furfur. So let's check the build super quickly. Hexa rounds, 5/5 plus 15. Whatever weapon, 5/5 plus 15. Critical damage increase Magatamas with water element, whatever attack Magatamas. Then Crimson Punishment. Remember, it's the critical damage increase weapon, so this is gonna be busted. Then we have Blood Spear. Blood Spear you can change for anything that you want. It is not important. I might as well use this one immediately after attack heal, because it doesn't do that much, and I can just transition into Crimson Ring, Regine, and Crimson Presence. Crimson Presence is very important because you max out your stacks and you can just abuse the damage increase of the weapon. Not to mention that you get critical damage increase as a buff. So yeah, you definitely want to use this one. So let's check it very quickly. Stats of the customs, stat training, and the formations. HP, damage reduction, and suppress damage. On 120. I tried this on 129 and I didn't survive. Yeah, Cara needs HP recovery desperately. The HP recovery with the what's the command? During normal attacks, hold attack. The HP recovery they provide with the with this attack, it's lost HP, so it's not that good. Let's see. Can I just reposition Anne? Okay. I mean, it's something at the very least, but it's not helping out that much. There. Max stacks. And huge damage. Oops. Let's try it one more time. Okay, done. And done. So yeah, I do have the damage. I barely have enough damage reduction. But honestly, it's pretty dicey over here, so don't try this at home. Yeah, it is what it is though. And there we have Mokujin. Let's go and destroy Mokujin. And there we go. Nice, nice, nice. I'll just do this and HP recovery. Perfect. Nice, nice. Yeah, honestly, she has enough damage. She has enough damage to deal with ordinary stages. But like super high-end content, like the newest floors of Tower, she struggles with that. Yeah, she cannot do... Maybe I could, but it would take a lot of effort to do 190. And let's not talk about 130. That's a bit much. So, should you roll on this one? Technically, yes. Yes, because for those who play Total War and try to do builds and didn't get a copy of Spinel, well, this is just something that you're going to need. Having 5 copies of this one is going to be impactful, yes. But for those who are under 100 score on Total War, don't worry too much about it, because you want first and foremost the suppressed type damage increase for the whole party. That's the thing that you want, and 1 copy of this supporter is more than enough. You can just grab it from the Desire shop and that's it. Now let's finish with what we need for the game. They have been adding these supporters that are very, very useful, sure. As I mentioned, Renee, Taimanin Shinmora, Spinel. I don't have her over here. She's over here, Spinel. But what we really, really need are supporters that provide useful effects from the sub slots, not the main slot. Things like Azusa, like Lapis, like, where is she? My god. The red Azusa, which I don't see. Red Azusa. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, we do not have, at least that I remember, an impactful green supporter that has a decent effect on the subslot that is meta relevant for Total War. Maybe there's where is she? Yachio. Yeah, Yachio has a decent effect, but that's for VR. So yeah, we need more of these supporters. Gremory, consider creating more supporters that give beneficial effects that can boost that can boost the damage of the main attacker through the equipment of the other characters for Total War. So things like Worshipper Lapis, Kichi Asusa, both forms of Kichi Asusa. Yeah. Anyways, that's about it, guys. I hope you find this useful. Let me know in the comments if you're rolling for this one or if it's a skip, or if you're just grabbing the one copy on the Desire shop. That's also a thing that you can do, and it's probably the most sane thing to do, especially since we have those Desire items. Do not forget about the Desire items. We have the clovers and the chocolates. We should have enough to help out a bit with your Desire points. And also remember to take advantage of the rotation gacha so that you can grab enough Desire to grab that copy of Cara. Anyways, that's about it for today. I hope you find this useful, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!